screen, still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah.
One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport, and one of the best home crowds in any sport. Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm not sure it made a difference on that play, but one thing to keep in mind, here in the early part of the year during a day game, the sun does play a factor on deep balls.
To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Room here to run. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead.
Mason Crosby.
They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now 1st quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents. We've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
And 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
58, right over there, Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
They'll drop to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
Here's Drew Kaiser now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down. Now the toss to Jones, running right. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Doing with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. This will be from 56 yards out. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. As a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards, so many things you got to worry about. But I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this. You have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
Out to his left. And he finds Montgomery complete. He can only get a yard after all that. It's second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And some space here. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory.
Eddie Jackson.
A big run there by Jones. 65 yards.
First down, Green Bay.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. To throw is Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, but it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession. To throw again on second down. Rodgers, touchdown, Packers. Robert Tonyan, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Mason Crosby.
And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead now stands at 13. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Bears nothing.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, pick your game up. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, Mike, 58.
He'll look to throw. Got his tight end here. It's Holtz. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That's caught by Montgomery. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And this will be caught by Mooney. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Taken down back at the 49-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Throwing is Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had. Thought they could exploit them. Unable to do so on that play.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Bears will get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. 23 yards on the play.
We know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Lets this one rip toward Graham. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he can make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, That allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe he'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And Adams has it complete. Touchdown, Packers.
Complete.
Davante Adams, his second touchdown on the season. And the Packers add on to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get into that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got to hook up to Lazard. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers, the left side throw complete to Adams. A gain there of 21 yards.
21 yards.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride, and I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm, they've been sharp, they've been on it, and they pick up another first down there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. There they try to sweep to Jones. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Hey, you're on top. You're on top. You're on top. You're on top.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to fight. He's got it at the 15. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 14. A very solid gain of 27.
First down, Packers.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
You got 3 down. 50 yards.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They'll run it with Jones. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Mike, check, 59. Hey, come on,
On first down, Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones.
Rodgers pass.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
That's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Rodgers going to throw.
He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A gain of 3.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
First down.
Final minute now of the third quarter. On first down, Jones. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Robert Quinn picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
It's second down and goal.
So it'll be second and goal when we return. We played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. That is caught at the 7-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
58's the money.
Rodgers now to throw. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Packers continue to roll.
For the extra point.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
From the 21, it's second and 10.
Here I come. Here I come.
Now left side on the swing pass. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Mike, 58, right there. Stop your whining.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. That catch good for only a couple.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
The Bears on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And quickly into the hands of Robinson.
That's good.
A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. On the ground, it's Montgomery. And they get to him quickly here as he stops right around the 13. Preston Smith there on the stop.
That's a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. But they get back in the huddle. He's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there. 3rd down here.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First down.
The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
They'll try to run some clock now with Jones. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line.
Tackle made.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. A gain of 3, second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
7 at the 21-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Come on.
Oh, shit. That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the penalty, it's Jones. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Green Bay, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll fall to 1-1. And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire...
zone, turn it on, maybe the shoes, maybe the team, maybe the camp, maybe the crew. You need a win, who need a win, that's all we do. I've been a king and I've been about mine, never could doubt mine, they running the route, I leave a